Ever feel like your finances are mostly organized until tax season hits? Or you're juggling side income and don't know where the money's going? That's where the right Quicken version could save you hours, or cost you if you choose wrong. If you're torn between Quicken Premier versus Quicken Home and Business, and you're wondering which one actually helps you stay on top of your finances, or better yet, grow faster, listen closely, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which version fits your needs and how to avoid the biggest mistake that most new users make. Now, whenever I test a product like this, I always dig deep into the user reviews, especially the complaints. You actually learn a lot more from what isn't working for people than, just the glowing review and the glowing praise. And let's just say, Quicken got some things right and some not so much. Let's start with what one user said about Quicken overall, since both Premier and Home and Business are built on the same platform. So this reviewer said that the subscription worked out great, just like the company designed it, but that the annual price for Quicken is obscene. And I get that kind of feeling. If you're used to a one-time fee, that switch to a yearly charge fee feels like a gut punch. But here's the thing, this kind of comment isn't flooding the forums and reviews. It seemed more like a rare frustration than a widespread problem. Honestly, I haven't seen too many people say that the price itself made them walk away, and for most people, including myself, the value of saving hours on spreadsheets or sorting receipts manually, way more than worth it. Now, on the flip side, a longtime user here said that he's been using Quicken for about 10 years, and every time he thought the app made a mistake, it turned out that he had. That says a lot about the reliability. He mentioned how assigning categories helped make tax time smoother. I can confirm that, especially when you're tracking dozens of little expenses across the year. You don't realize how important categories are until you're staring down a 1099. Another user said that he loved how quick the updates were, whether they were auto or manual. He just added the app to his mobile device so that he could access his finances on the go. Gotta get a coffee and be able to access everything, right? That's really something I actually relied on when testing both versions. It's one thing to manage finances at your desk, but when you're away from home and you need to check a balance or you want to categorize a transaction, that mobile app really steps up, and it's really important to do it right. So yeah, some users have had issues, but overwhelmingly, most just say that it just works. And I've seen that myself. But okay, enough with the reviews and what other people say. Now let's look into the features themselves, because this is where things get really interesting. And I tried all the features just to make sure. So the first thing you do with Quicken, whether it's in Premier or Home and Business, is to add your financial accounts. It's super straightforward. I linked my checkings, my savings, my credit cards, and even a brokerage account. And within minutes, I had a complete snapshot of my financial life. And that overall full picture view, it's something that spreadsheets really can't give you. And that snapshot is where the good financial decisions actually start. So once your accounts are set up, the magic starts with Quicken's categorization system. So you swipe your card at a grocery store, it usually knows what that is. Occasionally it'll mislabel a transaction, like calling pet food groceries, but once you correct it, Quicken remembers that going forward, and they get everything right. I was honestly surprised by how smart the system is. That memory function just alone saved me so much time, and now when I go out and buy different things, they're auto-categorized. Then there's the budgeting feature. Now this isn't just some monthly allowance thing. You get to plan every category, every goal. Quicken shows your actual versus your planned spending in real time. So when I started seeing those red bars spike early in the month, let's just say that I started thinking twice before those impulse buys. Oh well. Reports are also another area where Quicken really flexes their strength. You can generate just a ton of different reports, spending over time, income versus expenses, net worth tracking. I especially loved customizing reports by category and date, so I could see how much I spent on like coffee shops last quarter and how that compared to the previous one. Eye-opening? You bet. I was very awake. You even get access to your credit score inside of Quicken. Mine updated monthly, and while I still use other services too, having it right in my finance hub was, just convenient. It helped me spot when, something odd hit my report, like a hard inquiry that I wasn't expecting. Okay, now let's break down the core differences between Quicken Premier and Quicken Home and Business. So Premier is laser focused on personal finances. That's where I started. It helps you track income, expenses, investments, and tax planning. If you've got a 401k, an IRA, a few stocks, or you just want to see how your net worth is trending, Premier has your back. It even includes portfolio tracking and tools to help prep for tax season. So it has everything in one place that'll help with that. But once I picked up, a few freelance clients and things started to get more complex with business, Quicken Premier started to feel like it was missing something. So that's when I tried Quicken Home and Business software, and honestly, it opened a new level. So the Home and Business from Quicken gives you everything that comes in Premier, but it adds features for small business owners, for freelancers, and for landlords. I could invoice clients directly. I could track business income and expenses separately from my personal stuff. I even used it to manage some rental properties. Tenant payments, rental income, late fees, it tracked everything in that one spot. Now, nothing is perfect, and Quicken Home and Business isn't trying to be. There are a few things that bugged me when I started using it. So first, the interface. Let's be real, it's not the prettiest. It's more so functional and not flashy. If you're used to more modern design trends, it might feel a bit dated, but that didn't stop me from using it. Actually, once I got into the rhythm of it, I just stopped noticing it entirely. Second, though, there is a learning curve, especially with Quicken Home and Business, right? The invoicing and property management tools took me a few days to really understand, but after watching a couple of walkthroughs and poking around on my own, it clicked. And once it did, everything just, worked for me. Real smooth, real nice. Now, when it comes to pricing, I want to talk about, neither Quicken Premier nor Home and Business is exactly cheap, especially if you're just dipping your toe into financial software. But here's what I found. They're reasonably priced for what you get. Quicken Premier is perfect for someone who wants clarity over their personal finances. Quicken Business is for those managing income from clients, side hustles, or tenants alongside their own personal income, and they don't want to juggle multiple apps just to get everything right. Either way, the cost easily pays for itself if it helps you avoid even one late fee or a missed tax write-off. So if you want to check that out, just check the link in the description of this video for their current pricing plans and the latest promo and discounts they're offering. We try to keep it updated for you. So, which one should you get? Well, after months of testing both Quicken Premier and Home and Business, here's the truth. If you want clean, powerful tools to manage your money and investments, Premier is solid. But if your financial life includes anything business-related, from freelancing to rental properties, you'll hit a wall fast with Premier. That's where Home and Business really shines. And once you start using these extra tools, you'll wonder how you ever managed without them. So check that link in the description down below to get started with our special discount and coupon.